Broadcast live.
Where my people get rowdy. The party don't stop until I see the cops around me. Damn right, I'ma say it proudly, so say it proudly.
Yeah, I'm from the Soudy. Hey, no limit and we bowdy. Hey, first mistake you made was doubt me.
Yo, B, what's happening?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just out here trying to survive this here quarantine lockdown, you know?
Man, what a terrible time. And you literally like dropped this single, and you haven't really been out there for a minute, like with regards to the music and promotion. But I think that like when you have this fire single, we all in lockdown. You know what I mean? You can't even really work the single except on the internet. How's that feeling for
Exactly.
you? Like, how's that feeling?
It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, being out there would have been much better for us to do promotion for the single. But nonetheless, we're working through it, and we're constantly on the net, pushing the single, getting the numbers, and the response and the feedback from people has been really, really positive. So we're just moving with that.
How did you get that Pro verse?
I'll tell you, like I told Queen Aziza, I got it through divine intervention. And you know, when I met Pro in 2018, he said that he really wanted to get us to work together. And you know, when he eventually did lay that down, I knew that it was timeless and it was priceless, and I couldn't just drop it. You know what I mean? I wasn't at a position where I could maximize the Pro verse as I am in now. So yeah, I had to sit with it for some time. I've been sitting with that Pro verse for some time, man. And now is the perfect time to release.
That's incredible. So you basically like have been sitting on that verse for 2 years, just waiting for that opportunity to kind of to take it out, you know.
To release it. Yeah, to give it the right kind of infrastructure and give it maximum push. And that's why I'm saying that, you know, this lockdown is really unfortunate, because you know, this is it's a special song. And had we not been in lockdown, I think we would have had an opportunity to push it even more. But the song and the moment speaks for itself. And it's weird that this was the perfect time to drop it. You know what I mean? But it really is, man. Now, as we're at the top of the new decade and living in such uncertain times, I really felt the need to put it out, and with better infrastructure now, you know, because in 2018 I definitely wasn't in the position that I'm in right now, you know. So this was definitely the better time to release the single.
So you could have literally just held this track for you and Pro, but you ended up getting EMTEE on. What was the rationale behind that?
You know, EMTEE and Pro for me have a lot of similarities, in the sense that batale baphakamisa ikasi in their music and in their careers. And I wanted EMTEE to bring that onto the table, because with Pro, you know, I think he represents the older generation of SA hip hop and putting ikasi on. And with EMTEE, he came through and he flipped it, and he said he's gonna put ikasi on, but through trap. You know, and I genuinely I respect that, and I vibe with that. So I wanted something to take the song to another level, in terms of reach and demographic, and I knew that EMTEE was the right guy, and he literally came in and he was the cherry on top, because his verse literally fitted. I thought the song was done after Pro put his verse on it, but after hearing EMTEE, you know, it literally gave us an opportunity to save the best for last, and put Pro's verse as the third verse on the joint, and create that anticipation, you know. So that's basically why I chose EMTEE to be on that song.
So would you position yourself as, or pitch yourself as as a rapper, Opagamisikazi, if one had to say, if one had to describe you, how should one describe you from a positioning perspective?
From Soweto to the world, baby. We're trying to make this thing possible in the same way that Pro made it possible for us to believe that we could go from Ekasi and be on television screens and be in the newspapers through our art, you know. I mean, I remember seeing it was Babona music video on television at that time. That was like ice cold fly. I wanted to be in that 325. I wanted to be in the driver's seat of that vehicle, and you know the way that he did it, he almost put me in that feeling of what it feels like to be a ghetto superstar who's reaching outside of the ghetto and reaching for the world. So it's Quickfass from Soweto to the world, baby. Best believe we're no longer restricting our imagination to just Ekasi, you know, because I do believe that so many of us are restricted in our thinking because it's Puma Emakasana or it's Puma in townships. We're dreaming of leaving African soil is such a far-fetched concept. I'm sorry. So it's a big moment for Ikaslami. Mina ngikhulele Phiri Mapetla kwaSkriza Sami, and from there it was just a series of moving through townships and experiencing township lifestyle. You know, if you've never blown the gas, you'll never understand it. You'll never understand what it's like to see just a nice car driving by, nishaya maflate ezintwana in the streets and saying, yeah, I carry leyo. You know what I'm saying? I remember those memories very vividly because when I was in the hood, there were no Ferraris pulling up.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
There were no Ferraris pulling up to Ekasi where we know which I was banbani what's a pack opposite to Nerari or something like that. You know, so when we do these things today in 2020 and we got your 325s and we got your McLaren deep Soweto Jablani Ekaslaga Pro, we're basically saying that for those kids it is possible, man. I don't care if I don't own it right now, but I'm gonna own it one day, and I believe that I will, dog. You know?
Yeah.
I really do believe that I will. I do have the potential to own everything I've ever wanted. Just because in Pumekasi, it doesn't mean that I can't not have those things in my music videos. That's basically the narrative. That's what Soudy 2 represents.
Do you think that there's been a minimal Kasi representation in our hip hop like these days?
Not necessarily a minimal Kasi representation. I just think it's been a one-directional kind of Kasi representation because we're always representing Kasi in like the same way through our Kasi rap. You know, so if you listen to my music and the past things that I've released, it's an infusion of English and like international kind of feel, dog, because that's where I want to take the shit to. You know what I'm saying? I really do want to take it to a level where I can pull up on Funk Flex one day and spit bars and let him know what time it is, and not have it be like, it's an African rapper, it's a South African rap. No, I'm a rapper. Like, I'm a rapper and I want to pull up there and represent rap in its entirety. But in Soweto, you know, and at some point in my life I couldn't speak English, and so I had to move to a suburban area and have to catch up to other black kids who are familiar with the language more than I am. And I know that. I've experienced that. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be here and have the privilege to speak with Slikour on live, it's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? It's a milestone in my career.
Thank you.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's coming from, yeah.
Like someone said that we should, but Batsy, prove how ghetto you are, Shaif late.
Prove our ghetto shy flake.
Yeah. You get your pass. You got your pass. You got your pass. You can come in now.
Man, I've been out here earning my stripes. I've been out here earning my stripes, Joe. And it's not even about that. Like, you know, in reality, if you think about it, what are the possibilities of someone like me having a song with the late great Pro and EMTEE the Hustler? Think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that what are the possibilities of brothers from the ghetto getting together like that in such a public platform and taking it to the world? Because immediately when it's streaming, it's in the world. Now it's about who catches it.
It's in the world.
You know what I mean? So that's like
100%.
so for me that song is like the epitome of hood cats coming together. And making something that like is that one obviously like a Pro's late, you know, EMTEE is one of the most important assets right now in the game with regards to just like what he represents. He's one of the brightest lights in that, you know what I mean? So it's a real thing. It's a
real thing, man. It's a really real thing. It's a really real thing. And you know, I'm not trying to like blow my own horn or anything, but damn, bro, like it took a long time to get here, bro. You know, it really wasn't something that was like it just happened. It didn't just happen, you know. And that's why I say the only way I can explain it is it was a divine intervention. Yes, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful for it. I'm grateful for Pro's family supporting us with the song, and you know, it'll always be a sensitive one because at the end of the day, it's family, and you know, we're trying to do music and we're singing so we always gotta tread carefully and with respect, you know. And I'm grateful that we got those blessings to go ahead with the single and have EMTEE's support as well to say, hell yeah, this is the hot shit. You know, if you listen to the single, it's not like what the current climate of hip hop is. You know, there's a sound in hip hop right now, but I can tell you right now that Soudy does not sound like it.
And it's also outside kind of EMTEE's comfort, to be quite frank. You know, I mean,
you know what I mean?
It's out of his generic comfort that we've kind of known him for. So
known him for, right? Yeah.
So it was just great just to hear him also being a sport in a space where I think is Pro space, it's your space, and he's probably one of the guys that's pioneering what this new sound is in its most authentic way from a South African perspective. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why it was so essential to have him on that song, and not only have him on the song, but have his support in that this is still dope. And it always will be dope. It'll be like a timeless element of hip hop that we can do whatever we can do, but like a dope rap song is a dope rap song. You know, we gotta acknowledge that and make it cool again. Because I'm telling you, I'm about to drop some fire on niggas. No cap. No cap, Slikour. I actually want you to hear my joint, man. I got a joint that I've been working on, you know, and I want you to bump it.
Hold on for a second. I just want to go get my charger quickly, just for a sec.
Oh, okay, cool. Who else we got in the live? Ash the Blunt. What's up, baby? PBS, the only one. You already know the vibe. Who else we got in the live? Shout out to you guys for joining the live, man. Apologies. That's just signal less spicy, sir. Less spicy, so you know how it is, but we keep going nonetheless. Who's saying what? Who's your idol? Rap idol? Rap idol? Ugh, that's a tough one. That's always a tough one, man. That's always a tough one. Stay tuned to the interview. I might answer at the end. Can we bump it now? I don't know how many of you guys were tuned in yesterday when we did the live. I previewed some joints. I preview some joints, and if you heard it, you heard it. If you missed it, you missed
Yo. All right. Back at it. Like we never left. Yo, you're telling me, are you working on an EP? What you working on?
it. I'm working on a whole lot of material. I don't like to actually work and say, okay, this is a project. I'm focusing on this project. I'm not there in my life yet, you know. I'm not there in my life yet. I'm just taking it a day at a time. But I always work with the vision of, you know, when I listen to my music, I like to be able to play it from start right through to the end. Whether it's my old mixtape, my first tape, whatever the case may be. So I won't tell you what it is right now because I don't want to ruin it for you, big homie. I don't want to ruin the surprises for you, big homie.
Now I got cousins. I'm from the East End, but I got cousins in Soweto. But like I could already see by the way that you wanted to play me that song, I was like, that's that
Yeah.
Soweto aggressive nigga. I'm like, yo, you know, even when your signal was fucking up, and then you finally got in, you were like frustrated. You were like, you want to fuck this Wi-Fi up. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's frustrating times, big homie, man. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. Please don't take my tone out of context, man.
Nah, not at all, not at all. I'm super chilled, man. You know, all the time. You know, so
Yeah.
so you got some joints that you got. I think you just gotta send me those joints, and we gotta get them on that exclusive for the unlive radio and do what we do. You know what I mean?
Okay. We can do that, but let's do it the right way, big homie. How about I send you like a care package, a quarantine care package, nicely, and
Yeah.
then you tell me the way forward. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I'm with you with that, you know. So I mean, I'm glad, you know, I was asking about the whole Soweto thing, and you know, I've been seeing like a lot of like rappers also, even from like the old school, you know. I just wanna, how's it? You know, I don't know what do you think of F Easy?
Off
F Easy.
F Easy.
Yeah.
I think F Easy I think F Easy was dope, and I mean I haven't really heard much from F Easy, and the last I heard he was doing it, but you know, I don't know if he pushed it all the way that I wanted to or would have liked to see him to, because he was correct me if I'm wrong, but he was with Abo Pro along those times, a Pro, FEZ, Siashezi.
Yeah.
I mean, Abo Siashezi were doing all kinds of crazy things on these records.
Yeah. Now, you know, did you miss the Slikour's kind of era? Did you kind of miss it? Did you ever go there?
Yeah, now I missed it. I missed the Slikour's era, but I was always informed about it because my older brother was always there. My older brother experienced it, you know, so he got to experience Pro in his prime. That's why I'm saying, like, this thing is really such a divine moment, because like when I was in primary school, my older brother who was in high school would come back home or whatever, tell me that, hey, him and his homies are going to Slikour's. And I'm like, fuck, I want to go to Slikour's. You know, though it just sounds like a dope ass thing. Whatever, I'm not old enough to go. So that come back and share all of these stories about Slikour's and Lee Club. I think there was Lee Club and something like that as well. You know, and I'd always just be like, yo, I want to do it. And then by the time I was old enough, like, those things were no longer there.
Yeah. Was your brother a rapper?
Yeah. My brother was an MC himself.
All right, so you really like holding the torch now. So when you blow, you're representing everything in the house. Everyone that literally wanted.
I'm
to get
representing everything in the house, big homie. I'm representing a whole legacy of people who've been fighting to make it, who never did. You know.
That's dope. I mean, and all those things are caused by timing. Sometimes it's just timing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you had
yeah, time, man. Time really is like it's the master of everything,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
And so with
Yeah,
that, and so with that being said, I guess the urge for you to succeed is bigger than just like you know, there's I'm sure you got like fam people who are out there going to these slap races who are
man.
watching you and going, yo, B, you gotta make it work. You know what I mean?
So many, so many. I can't even tell you the half.
Does that inform your decision to also kind of work closely with Stogie because him being the artist that he is?
Yeah, man. Like I said, you know, I don't know if I've ever said this in an interview before, but I want people to know, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm a fan of the culture, dog. You know, that's why I started this whole thing,
Mm.
and it gets blurry sometimes with the stardom and whatever. People forget that all of us essentially are in this moment because we were first fans of this culture. You know,
Straight.
so Stogie T, Slikour, PRO. At some point in my life, these were all names that I really like looked up to say, yo, these guys are really doing it.
Mm.
They're
Mm.
doing it for real, real.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess it's part of my. It's always been a part of my dream to one day work alongside these names,
Mm. Mm.
young fella. So to be able to have the kind of relationship I have with Stogie T, where I can just hit him up and like, yo, big homie, what you doing tonight? Can I pull up? It's a dream come true because at some point in my life, it wasn't like that. Young Tol. I mean, when I first met Stogie on the Vuzo Hustle, I had already been a fan of his in high school. Young, like listening to his music, T from the V. I had already known so much about him, and then I got introduced to him on the Vuzo Hustle, and then years later, you know, now we have even a better, well-established relationship where we can even talk about working together and so on and so forth, and just on an advice level, you know, just hit him up like, yo, homie, what you think about this? You know, how do you think I should move? Because mina vele ngikhule nginamakghono man, dog. I'm
Yabon.
the la-
Yeah.
I'm the youngest in my family. I'm tall.
Mm. Yabon. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the youngest in my family. My brother, my older brother would come with a whole squad of him and his boys who were really like rugged guys. Bange bashaus wala 7, left, right, and center. You know, they were really just a man maputra. They dance. You
Mm.
know, it was
Mm.
really just such a crazy upbringing and so many crazy influences that I can only be the way that I am today because of what those guys um fed me when I was young, and you know how they raised me. You know what I'm saying? So um I do appreciate that, man. But in the same breath, I realize that hip hop is in a new place today, bro.
Straight. Straight. Straight.
And we have to acknowledge that, and we gotta respect that because that's the only way that the game can grow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy, man. So besides rapping, man, I mean, you obviously did Vuzu Hustle. What else literally does that keeps you busy or that you interested in just besides just like, yo, okay, I can rap too, whatever the case be.
Mina ngiyahustla slick, ngiyahereza into engincanywayo vele. Nginganya ukuhereza dog. Nginganya ukuthi mangiphumile ngiyohereza ngihlanganise izinto zami. I mean, a year ago, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, shit got so rough and I had to make something happen. I'm told, had to make something happen. Got myself a young span lapa Kappa in Santon. Was working that retail, and at that point in my life, I didn't care about anything else other than making something happen. You know,
Mm.
and those 2 months that I was there, Reason and Loot Love came to me, and they were like, "Yo, dog, why you working here? Vavad, you're supposed to be out there chasing your dream." You know, and I told them like I'm gonna tell you now, but yo, I am chasing my dream. And those 2 months there, Kappa opened me up to a number of different contacts that came in and they were like, no man, as a Spanish boy, ganja na ganja, you know. So my life has really been a series of putting myself at the right place at the right time, positioning myself and networking so that my dream can fulfill. I mean, I worked at Super X 360, which is a digital creative agency, and basically I was doing like multimedia design and interning in multimedia design and just doing like small interfaces to hustle, because I know that it's a value add on my side outside of music. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
What
I've got
qualifications do you
I've
have?
got a
Do
huh?
you have any qualifications?
Yeah. I graduated at University of Johannesburg. And even that graduation, I'll tell you something about that. To show you, Guti, it's different, right? I dropped out. So I dropped out in second year. She was crazy, had no fees. You know, life was just a crazy mess. Dropped out, worked in insurance. Yang move kanjani.
Yeah,
Worked in
boy.
insurance, saved up enough racks to go back and finish off my final year the very next year. Yabo? Kanti, in that final year, and in the last semester of the final submissions, I got a call from Vuzu saying, yo, you've been selected to be on Vuzu. You need to be at the Gauteng station in the next 2 hours. And that time I'm getting that call, I'm on campus, busy with my final submissions. And you know what I did, Slikour? I packed my shit, took the bus, went to Gauteng station, Vuzu hustle.
Yeah.
I sent an email to my lecturers to say, yo, all my submissions, vele zoba late, and whatever. I was gone for like 3 to 4 weeks, I think 5 weeks even. Had no idea how I was gonna make it. I didn't know how I was gonna make it work, but I graduated. I aced my joints, you know, and I'm saying aced. I exaggerated. You know what I'm saying?
You
But I got
PASSED your joints. You PA your joints.
actually, I hustled that way through and through, dog, and I never failed a module. I never had to repeat a module. I did what I had to do so that I could make myself proud, make my family proud.
Yeah.
And I took a risk with Vuzu Hustle because it was really at such a crazy time, I'm told. And
Yeah.
I did it not knowing Guti. That's when I was actually going to decide to really pursue music the way I'm pursuing it right now. So I'm a hustler. I do a number of different things on a day-to-day. From like I'm learning music scoring right now, right? Music scoring, corner nje outside neqhinga nje ohlanganisile fast. Funeka ama-out kumele sihlanganise sizoshaya isipana kuphela.
What is Soweto, nigga? What is Soweto, nigga? You
But at the same time, I'm bad and bougie. Slikour. You know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
I'm hood enough to be a Soweto, but I'm bougie enough to be in Bryanston, needling a fucking knife. I'm told.
Yeah.
And have a bad one serve me champagne at the same time.
Yeah, you got layers.
Yeah?
You got layers.
Yeah, man, I'm multifaceted, man. And it's just by virtue of being a product from Soweto. I don't think you can be Soweto and only be one thing, because the township will teach you that you have to have layers to make it out of there, or to not even make it out, just to survive it. It's not easy to survive ikasi dala dunya abantu nanamhlanje dunya abantu, because people's minds are trapped in the one thing that we know, and it's hard to learn other things, or we on such high pedestals that we don't want to learn other things, you know. So me, I always open myself up to any opportunity, any given point in time.
I mean, look, you can definitely not go wrong if you also understand that you went to say Kapa and you basically like and you basically were like, look, I'm gonna work on retail. You could have literally carried the fact that you did this on TV or that, but you kind of know what you need to do for yourself, and that for me is like a survivor. A survivor is a person who knows that fuck everything and everyone. I need to do this now.
100%.
You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Phela Slick. Phela so that singazoba nenkinga eziningi zokuthi abantu abazi ukuthi kumele bayenzeni ukuze baphumelele or baqhubekele phambili. Angithola.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, it's almost like you must divorce your perception of yourself and accept your reality to be able to
Yes.
make that hard decision of, okay, mailing is funny retail here because I wanna ETV, that perception of TV is not
Sure.
not doing nothing every day in my life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly, man. And yo, this is the real world. You know, welcome to it for those who have been living under a rock. This is the real world. Then, you know, it doesn't matter how far you go in life, man. I do believe that life has a way to remind you that this is the real world. At any given point in time, something will happen that makes you forget about who you think you are or what you think you know, and just do what has to be done. And I've had so many of those experiences in my life that I can safely say that I know what it's like to be at the bottom. You know what I mean? Not just like in music, but like in real life, dog. And music and chasing the dream through music is such a profound thing because we envision ourselves in better circumstances while we're still in the turmoil. And that vision is kind of what carries us through to get out of that dark situation and in a bit and into better situations, dog. You know, so the dream is real. Dream is really real. We're doing it for everybody in the South. Let it be known that the South Side is coming to the top. We're bringing hip hop back to the South. We're bringing it back to the people about the Southwestern. You know, we haven't had, I believe, we haven't had other than Ma'i and you know a few other new guys from the South who are really flying the flag high. I don't think we've had someone come out and say, yeah, we're doing it for the South and we're bringing it back to the hood. So I'm bringing it back to the hood, baby. I wanna bring my accolades back to the hood. I wanna share my story with the world about how to make it out the hood.
That's amazing. That's amazing, B. Yo, man. So what we doing with regards to the music, though? So you're saying you're not going to share anything yet with regards to your plan. We just need to pay attention. But the most important thing right now is the new single with yourself and the late Pro Soudy, yeah?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, like I had a really nice thing set up yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if the people who joined into my live yesterday, I was really looking forward to it. I had a couple of guys who were helping me with the backdrop and the sound. We previewed, I think we previewed like 3 exclusive tracks, unreleased songs. And that was all for you, big homie. That was really all for you, you know? But unfortunately, we had a few issues, technical glitches that prevented us from doing the interview is all. So I don't have the setup.
I didn't apologize to you. You know what I mean? It was like a stupid mistake I made. I dozed off by mistake and like my phone is mad calls and they even thought that I'm
You slept on me.
You know what I mean? You know?
No.
And I'm not even gonna lie to you and say that like, no, I was busy. I really have to apologize. Like literally being clear kancane empetheni ngizicabanga ngavaya. Ngavaya boy, you know? Boy.
Agno stress, Grotman. Agno stress, Grotman. Now everyone makes mistakes, you know?
Yeah, no. And the way it's not normal is like mangvuga. like I got calls, so people from the office are like saying, "Is he okay?" It's because it's not normal for me not
It's
to.
not normal, or the top maybe it's coming to something against a girl, innit?
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like
Yeah.
nonetheless, man, thank you for understanding. I appreciate it, and hard, I mean, for missing what you had
It's all
yesterday.
love. It's all love.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
love, big home. Don't even sweat it. But
Yo,
like I'm saying, I'm gonna hook you up with that lockdown care package.
let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's take care
Much
of
love.
each other. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Before I go, I just want to let the people know to check out my new single, Soudy 2,
Yes, sir.
featuring the late, great, glorious, most notorious PRO, and the one and only MT Hustler, baby. We're doing it for South Africa. We're doing it for the South. Check me out. Exclusive premiere on Channel O. Keep your eyes tuned on that screen. We're doing exclusive premiere of Soudy music video on Channel O between 11 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Stay tuned. Check it out. It's your boy Quickfass at Quickfass on Instagram, Twitter, and any other place you can find me, baby. Much love, big homie. Yabong.
Yo, we're gonna definitely check out the video. I want to see what you guys did on Pro's part. So yeah.
Hey, like that's why I'm telling you, it's a moment to behold. You know, for me, it's a real dream come true, and there's nothing. It's like it's priceless. That's a priceless feeling. Young Tol, it's a really
Yeah.
priceless feeling. Check out the music video. Show your love like you've been. Appreciate everything you've been doing for us. We really appreciate you and the Slikour online team, always showing us love, always supporting us. Big ups, man.
All the time, my G. Take care, man.
All right, one.
Broadcast live.